Mandatory vasectomies for baby boys. Yeah, I said it. You want to solve half of society's problems? Start there. Because here's the truth. Men don't want to wear condoms. They don't want accountability. They want raw. And when the baby comes, they say, oh, it's not my problem. So fine. Mandatory vasectomies. Problem solved. Abortions, they would drop overnight. Date rape pregnancies, gone. Single motherhood, cut in half. Generational trauma, reduced. And crime? Crime would plummet. Because fatherless homes are the #1 pipeline to gangs, violence, and prison. Fix the fathers, fix the future. This one move would take women out of survival mode, kids out of poverty, and society out of chaos. And the only ones mad would be the ones that never wanted accountability in the first place. So yeah, call it savage. But if we snip the problem at the root, we'd finally see what society looks like when women aren't carrying it all. Let's talk return on investment, because mandatory vasectomies, the return on investment would be insane. If you saw part 1, you already know that society would transform. But if you didn't, pause right here and go watch that one first, because this is where it gets good. Fewer abortions, which mean lower healthcare costs. Fewer kids born into broken homes, which means less crime, less violence, and fewer prisons. That's billions saved every year. Billions. The foster care system would be less overloaded. Court systems cleared. Healthcare spending down. And even the economy grows because women are no longer shackled to survival. They're free to build careers, businesses, and futures. And children, they get a life of stability. They get safety. They get a chance at life without chaos. And that, my friend, is the real return on investment. Not just dollars, healthier families, safer streets, and stronger communities. And all because men finally had to prove that they were worthy of reproducing. So yeah, cry about it, kings, but the numbers don't lie. Vasectomy is the investment with the highest return on society we will ever see.
Okay. I mean,
I don't know why you played
wrong,
that.
Jordan. What do you think? What she said?
What the hell did I just damn watch?
I need a little time to process what I just heard, because
Don't process it. Don't process it at all.
That's Margaret Statler.
Y'all didn't like what she said though?
No. Why? It's funny it's funny how the solution is completely left.
Hey, she does have good points though.
You know what else? You know what else will cut down single motherhood and cut down on child support and cut down on foster care system? Mandatory DNA testing at birth. I bet you if we do that, I mean the baby's already getting poked and shots as soon as they come out. Mandatory DNA testing will also lower those numbers down. So I don't know where you literally want to castrate little boys. That's what you
Wait,
say.
let's not move the goalpost quick right now. But some of the stuff that she said, to get them slipped. Go ahead, Kamaya. Y'all didn't agree with none of her points?
Hell no.
I don't like where her point stemmed from. Like, I don't like how she said that would fix all those problems. Like, I don't like how her points were based off of a vasectomy.
A baby at birth?
A baby.
Come on now. Let's be real.
So this is when
the babies is already getting circumcised, Lord. They already got to strap them down to cut the little meats and stuff off. Y'all want them to get vasectomies?
Right. This is when Democratic black women have to separate themselves from that party.
Meaning
stuff
what?
like that. Because rhetoric like that. Because that's still gonna be associated to the left. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
So how you gonna still align yourself with that, knowing she's talking like that? You might agree with other things on the left, but you don't agree with that. You gotta call it out.
This was like Black Mirror-ish.
So do you think that stopping men from having kids can help in lowering crime rate?
No.
Lowering the single baby mamahood?
No.
No?
That's not
Women choose to be single mothers. You are choosing this. You're choosing to be a single mother.
I mean,
nobody's forcing you to have sex without a condom. You can have birth control. I don't have any kids, and I don't have any kids, and I'm 33. How did I make it at 33 without no kids? I wonder how.
I don't know.
Self-control. You need to have self-control. You need to stop sleeping with the same men over and over and over again. Women, you make yourself a single mother, is my point.
I disagree partially. I don't believe that all single mothers are single mothers because they chose to be. I do believe that there are, a handful of them, maybe two, that are genuinely like they wanted to be with the person, they wanted to marry them, and they just ended up being with someone that was either a drug addict or somebody that
or they died.
Why are you
or dying.
No,
Yes.
why you're they do. I disagree wholeheartedly. Why are you laying down with somebody who tells you that they love you? If you're willing to put your life on the line, because let's face it, you can die from childbirth, and you do that, and he's not even worth giving you his last name, and you're willing to take that chance. Everybody knows what happens when you don't have unprotected sex. Now, if it's a different case, if you get grape, granted. But let's face it, that's not the majority. If y'all in the middle of it and he happens to take the condom off right in the middle of it and you don't notice, that can happen, but that's not the majority of the case. No.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, shit happens. People have been in the beds with people that they really wanted to be with. Stuff happens. You get pregnant, and then you go to try to be fixer upper, and you want to fix it. So people will go ahead and be like, you know what, we're gonna get married. We're gonna go do this. Blah blah blah. Something happened. The man dies. Oh my God! Now she's a single mom or a widow. Oh, something happens and you find out, he wasn't really real, or he was just pulling your tail along because you just expressing this is what you really want, and he wants to keep you pulling along or whatever. There's just certain women out here that are naive enough, and there are certain women that just need to go through certain lessons. But at the end of the day, I don't believe that every single woman out here wanted to genuinely be a single woman. For me, I used to be married. So I was divorced and I became a single mother. And it wasn't because, I just absolutely wanted to. I actually was married, got pregnant, junk did not work out, and then boom, I ended up being a single mom. It is what it is. So now I'm remarried. It's a different story, but I'm just saying, like, there's so many different stories out here where you can't blanket that statement straight across the board.
I think we should make alcohol illegal. That might be you don't get it?
There's words.
No, they need to make marijuana legal and cut it out. Like, a lot of people would be making better decisions. They would be thinking slower and be like, you know what? I ain't like that. No, I'm good.
That is true. That is true.
I would say this. I do think that it is extreme to have babies give vasectomies. That sounds crazy. I'm not I'm not even a proponent of, like what Carmen was saying, babies getting stuck and all that. I don't even like being up in the hospital and all that. So you definitely not about to, give my newborn a vasectomy. However, there were some things that she hit on. And I think maybe since both parties, man and a woman, we should keep prevention with the adults first, and maybe create certain kind of contraceptions outside of condoms for men that they choose to take, that isn't harmful, that can help reduce, the epidemic that she was talking about. Because like she said, the numbers don't lie. So there is something. Women have a responsibility. Men have a responsibility. Women are given all these contraceptives, IUD and in the pill or closing your legs or whatever the case may be. But both people have to come together for this one thing to happen. So I think we should give options for both sides. As adults, I totally disagree with touching the child, though. That's all I'm going to add.
The option is, I think what Carmen was getting at, your choice is when you decide to lay down and you weren't married. What comes with that? I understand what you said, Kamaya, about, your husband, you got divorced, whatever happened. But it's not the norm. Norm is it's two people who are not married, had sex, had a baby. Let's be real. Ain't no
And,
I
great,
mean,
ain't no other
it's
stuff.
and Jazz, to your point, I understand it takes two people to make a baby, but at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to carry this child. A man can walk away. So because you're the one that ultimately takes the bigger responsibility, I think you should take the most accountability to prevent that from happening.
absolutely,
Yeah. So
absolutely. I don't
it's not.
disagree, but what
I
I'm
don't think
saying
they
is,
should both be held accountable because you carry more of the responsibility. I
well,
don't.
I can't be pregnant unless I am fertilized with sperm. And so with a man, right? So we both have made a decision. If a man, I'm not saying we bear most of the responsibility. That's why it's our decision if we want to have the child or not, right? You just said that because it's in our body. For men, I'm not saying do anything extreme, but if you are a young man out here that likes to have unprotected sex and you like to shoot clubs up, you don't want to wear condoms, you don't want to practice safe sex, maybe the contraception can work for you so you can avoid these outcomes. Sure, the woman should always say, put on a condom, I'm on the pill. But we all also know even when you do that, that doesn't always work. I don't know what the numbers are. But what I'm saying is perhaps if we both took preventative measures, it can reduce that. Not negating that we carry most of the responsibility because we're growing a human in our body. But if you want to be a man that wants to sow his real oats and you're not looking to commit to these women, you're not looking to marry this woman, but you don't want nobody policing how you get down, and you know that you don't like wearing condoms and you like to, ejaculate everywhere. If you don't want the responsibility of a child out of wedlock, perhaps we can help you to prevent that.
Why would you want a man like that? Then that
Oh,
means
I'm
that
not
you don't
saying
need
that.
to. I mean, well, I'm not saying
That's
you
not what we're
specifically.
talking about.
That's not saying you specifically. I'm saying if he is willing to shoot up the club because that's what men do and they don't want to put on a condom, why you as a woman want to lay down with that type of
Need
men
to
and
be
want to
fucking
give
with
them
men.
any
Like I
walk away
said,
before you lay down with them?
absolutely. Like I said, if I'm a woman having casual sex and I'm not looking to be in a committed relationship and I'm not looking to have a child out of wedlock, I'm going to take preventative measures to prevent that. I'm going to demand you wear a condom. I'm going to make sure if I'm a person that takes birth control, I'm doing that. I'm going to make sure I'm not having sex when I'm ovulating. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make, like, who said it? Carmen, you said you how old and never had kids?
33. Yes.
Yeah, I'm 37. Never had kids either. So it's just like there are things
I don't think women should
You
be
look
having
young,
casual
Jazz.
sex
I
either.
thought you
But
like
okay.
31.
Baby,
You do look
right.
good.
I thought
Yeah,
she
I
was
thought
like
you like
25.
younger,
Like,
like
come on
31.
now.
They
Yeah,
said,
I know they're gonna drag me. I'm old. Oh my God. I get
girl,
it.
You don't look
Yeah,
old.
we,
You're
It's
yeah.
beautiful. Your
fine.
skin is
Whatever.
flawless.
Jazz, you
It's
88? You 88?
fine.
You 88?
It's fine. But all I'm saying is, like Carmen, like myself, we have done things to prevent these outcomes. And what I'm saying is, another adult that can contribute to this outcome should have contraception readily available outside of condoms, if that's not the contraception that he wants to use, to also prevent that as well, so he can enjoy his casual sex.
but I think it's more on the responsibility of the women. And I say that because it's our body. We know when we're ovulating. These men don't know that. These men don't know it's only a certain time of the month where you can get pregnant. They don't. Okay. So it is.
That's why I said, like,
If we can go this long without having a baby, right? What about these other women? Right. So I can't say it's equal responsibility. Granted, it's two people coming together. Right. So when women talk crap about their baby daddy and this, da 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 da, like, damn, was he that same way when you were having sex with him? So it's like, it's our body. We have to carry that child. So I feel like it's more on the woman, even though it shouldn't be. But it's like you chose that man. Granted, he chose you too, but you chose to have a baby by that man. So that's why I say it's more on the woman, because it's just I don't know. We just know our bodies. We know we can have a child. It's just I don't know. I can't say it's equal responsibility.
I never used the word,
my question.
No, not you. I know you, Jazz, didn't, but I know women think that. Women be
yeah,
like,
I
oh
never
no.
used the word equal. I just said
No, I didn't say you did.
I agree. Women bear the most responsibility. There's no negating that. But if we are both trying to prevent something, we should both bear responsibility to prevent it the way that we can. I have more of the responsibility. There is a bit of responsibility you bear as well if you want to also prevent that outcome. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you also said
Yeah.
women, you're having casual sex, and if you're having casual sex as a woman, you should be protected. Women should not be having casual
Yeah, that's
sex.
already a problem right
That's
there.
also that's an opinion
That's
too.
just how it is. It is I casual sex for women. What it doesn't bring you anything positive at
Sure.
all. I don't think we were built for it.
You're not.
Sure.
I don't care how well men do it too, and I can mess with you tonight, and I'll be perfectly okay with you walking out the door. No, it's not. No, you're not.
Sure.
Okay. But that's a different conversation. But I wanted to address that, Jess, too. I'm like, women should not be casual having anything.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely your opinion. And it's a good one. But what the reality is what it is. So if the reality is this, if it's not like we can't unless something happens and we demand that everyone stops having casual sex and never have sex again until men propose and get married, then we have to deal with what the realities of it, right? We live in a society who says, I'm not saying that it's good, not saying it's bad, I'm just saying this is the reality. We live in a society where sex is the leading factor of a lot of things. A lot of fetishes, and sex is a thing. It always has been, right? And there's always been a societal standard that you don't have to be married unless you are of a certain faith to indulge in sex. And there's also a belief that every time you indulge in sex, it doesn't have to result in a child. So that's what I'm talking to. I'm not promoting women having casual sex. I am of the belief it doesn't benefit. I don't think it benefits men or women to have random sex, random meaningless sex. But I can understand how it could affect a woman even greater, just because the way we're wired. But I'm just saying we bear all the responsibility, but men should protect themselves as well, because we don't want to see y'all out here with children out of wedlock. And like, you know what I'm saying? You being somebody baby daddy, you done nutted in the wrong girl. Now
child support. Y'all don't want to go through
what I'm
that.
saying? Like, there are ways, we can help you to prevent that. We don't want that for you.
But I think less people are having sex now, and less kids are being born.
That's true.
So, but the STD rates are rising. No?
I don't know about that, Q. But
I don't know.
I'm gonna ask you this though, Jazz. Who do you think bears the responsibility when it comes to stopping the casual sex in our society? Period. Who holds that key? Men or women?
Who
can stop it all?
Who can stop it?
Mm-hmm.
It takes us to want to stop it. No one can make you do anything. You know what I'm saying? No one can say unless they make it a law, that we have to follow. No one can make you do anything. You would have to decide and say, you know what, this is not good. I'm not getting the results that I want from this. I have to change now. And I'm only going to deal with women who are changed as well.
Well, the reason I say that, I think it's women has that, because if women say no, the man is so. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I watched the movie Chirac. I watched the movie Chirac, and there's a scene on Chirac where the
that was a horrible movie, by the way.
It was, but there was one part that I did like. It was the part where they was fighting and everything, and the women had a protest said, "No peace, no pussy."
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, if women all came together, we're not giving these dudes nothing.
But that also takes women getting on the same accord, all making the choice to get on that regimen and say, because there are a lot of women that say, fuck that, I want to have sex. You know what I'm saying? And there are a lot of men that are say, F that, I want to still have access when I want it. So like I said, it's gonna be a inward thing that has to happen, and then a meeting of the minds to say, this is the movement we're going to start so we can get better results. And it's also going to take the people that movement is going to affect to respect that movement and also move accordingly, so they too can get the good results from that.
I don't think it's going to change, because men, I don't see a big change in men. I've seen a big change in women. So cool. I don't think it's both sides have to change. It's really on the women that have to change, because let's say if all women would change how they move sex-wise, then the men would have no other option than to come correct.
Exactly.
Then to change themselves. That's why I said that women hold the power, but they don't know they hold the power.
Listen, Jay-Z said it perfectly. The power of the
when women get played with is because they let that shit happen. You let it happen. You moved a certain way, so you're getting that outcome. And it's like, even though Jazz, you got the whores or whatever, women shouldn't be moving like whores because they see these whores getting bills paid for or purses. No, don't change your morality because you see these women. Hold out.
That goes back to
it's okay to be older and not have kids and not be married. Would you rather be older and be divorced, 4 kids by 4 different niggas? No, look at society. Like, I think it's just
the thing is that we can't guarantee. There's no guarantee. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Robert. Sorry.
No, you guys said it goes back to social media because they're seeing that. They're seeing this flashy life, women doing all that. They dress and they twerking on video. I miss that. I'm at home with my kids. I want to be out there with them.
I miss that.
Something. You know what I'm saying?
You miss that. It's crazy.
I miss that twerking.
Right. But we have also gotten away again. We have gotten away on the black side. We have gotten away for being conservative. We was that. Now, granted, we still was having sex, but it wasn't. It was still discreet. Now we have just saying, well, I'm going to be out with it. And we have seen why that has changed. We wasn't always like this, man. Like
you got women proud to be side chicks. You got women proud to be messing with married men and vlogging and doing TikTok. I'm like, this.
Look, I'm an R&B savant. I'm an R&B savant. I love it. But I had to be honest with myself. The late 80s, early 90s was a song, and the early 2000s was when they was thinking like, you might have had them once, but I had them. Come on, now they telling you.
Yeah, they were telling you. What were you saying?
Granted, I asked the brother was saying something too, but that was more like a one-on-one. You, my lady, I'm having.
Now it's like every song, even the women's songs, rapper songs be saying it. Like,
the female rappers, it's not even. We need
nasty.
Well, like I said, I think we just have to. If we want better, we have to be the change we want to see.
It's not going to change.
Well, then why are we complaining? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not complaining. It's not going to change because these women, as we talked earlier, why women aren't married, they're selfish. Okay, they're thinking about what they want, they want they want the equal rights, they want to be equal to men, they want to move like men sexually, so they want to be traditional in certain ways, but have modern tendencies. I don't think it's going to change. I think it's going to get worse. Social media is not going anywhere, right?
I disagree, Q. I believe that the way everything is going right now is pretty much setting up the stage for the future. All of those people are going to perish. Those people, they're not setting up themselves. They're not setting up their lives a specific way for their names to be carried on. So they're just going to perish. And so all the stupid things that they're doing is going to die off with them. That's why it's just best that we continue to pioneer our own ways with better thoughts and better values than whatever the heck they got going on, and continue to pour that out into the communities and stop worrying about all that extra junk, because it's going to be dead. Regardless of social media or whatever is still here. Like Earth autocorrects. It always autocorrects.
Yeah, unless no art comes back. But what do you think is going to happen with these women that think that way? They're going to project it onto their kids.
Yep.
And you see these kids nowadays. You see these kids cursing out these teachers, fighting these teachers. Kids being pregnant at 11. It's a trickling effect.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. They're still going to perish. Them and all of their kids are going to be swallowed up by the earth. Period. And we're going to be the ones still left vibing because we chose up. That's just how it is. Like, God is not a person. It's not something that should be mocked. God is not something that should be taken in vain. God does not play. When I say God opened the earth on a whole camp and swallowed it up, that's exactly what's going to happen with these people. Period. Like, it's going to happen. God is the same yesterday, today, forevermore. Those people are going to perish. Them and all of their little offspring and minions, whatever the heck you want to call them. They're going to be gone. Watch, within the next 10, 15, 20 years, it's going to be different. It's going to be different.
Now, Q, I want to say, you good. My bad. You good. I said I did.
Also, I think what can help, if we really want to see a change, I think more men need to be around men that have positive experiences with women, and more women need to be around women who have positive experiences with men.
Parenting.
And get on the same page, and then just rest in that energy and perpetuate that. Because like Kamara said, like you said, baby, it's nothing we can do about that. They're going to have to want to change themselves. But what we have to do is get amongst like-minded individuals and be the change that we want to see. Continuously talking about, and I'm not saying these conversations aren't conducive, but at times we're always just gunning on the problem, no solution, shame, shame, shame. That's not stopping anything. The narrative needs to shift. So there are so many negative viewpoints, and I want to touch on this just a little bit because I too was wondering, like, okay, marriage rates are getting low. Well, not in our community. I think there was a recent stat that ours have increased, but neither here nor there. Marriage rates are lower, birth rates are lower, right? And I'm like, well, what's really going on? Like, what's happening? And so, and I don't know who follow this in doctrine. I hear it, and some of it is a little crazy, but I think a lot of women have leaned into the manosphere red pill rhetoric, right? And these are studies. I want to be clear. I researched this. There are studies that have shown that this increase could be due to the fact that these modern men today have been consuming a lot of manosphere and red pill rhetoric that position women in a harmful way towards men. Because what do you hear them usually say? Get in the kitchen. We don't want you to have autonomy. You don't need rights. You know what I mean? We should be allowed to cheat if we provide. And then the shame on becoming the shame on becoming a single mother is real. So it seems like, okay, if I even play around over here, I might be at risk, because if I become a single mother just dealing with a guy and I become pregnant or whatever, I'm going to get shamed. So, and then also these men don't want me to work. They want me to be it seems like they don't want me to be myself. They want to have control over me instead of uniting with me. And so it's causing like a repel of women. Maybe these are according to the studies that I looked up, and I will gladly share them.
I think the study is not giving the true factor. The reason why the birth rate might be low, what are you saying? Because women are in their careers. It has nothing to do with them. Women are having babies.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is that they could be choosing.
They ain't scared to have no baby, Jazz. I'm telling you.
No. What I'm saying is this. Well, some of them are, because there's a decline in birth rates. So what I'm saying is that what men claim that they want from women right now, and vice versa, everybody is repelling each other. But with this particular study, especially this one in Australia, women were choosing themselves, were choosing their career, because the men that they were trying to date were consuming harmful rhetoric of what they think relationships are. So I'm just saying, I don't know if that's the case, but could it be women are scared a little bit to end up a single mother, end up in a relationship that doesn't sound like it would benefit her in any way? You don't want her to have a career. You want to put your foot on her neck. You want to mistreat her, but you also want her. So I'm just saying, maybe women are just like, y'all got it.
No, the excuses I've heard is women saying that men are just not mature in their 20s. It has nothing to do with red pill. It's just that they feel like he's not mature. He ain't got his money together yet. And I'm more focused on my career. Then they wait till their 30s or mid-30s and want to have a kid. But then you got the complications. Then a guy wants somebody younger. All those situations. They're not factoring all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that plays a part
my
as well.
My community is a lot of people having babies. I don't know. I understand they might say it low. I think it's just rhetoric sometimes. But I know we got to go to stupid chat. I do want to say something to Jordan, because I want to say this before we get off of it. I agree with Jazz, y'all, on this, and y'all gonna hate me. But Jazz,
damn, that's sad that anybody that agrees with Jazz is gonna get hated. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. Right. I don't be knowing what I was saying, but I'm sorry.
Let him finish, Jazz. Let him finish.
Jazz is right about her definition of racism. I gotta say that. I didn't get I went on in. I'm telling y'all, I understand what y'all.
That's a whole new definition that's indoctrinated because they want to put up white supremacy.
No, it's not just about that.
Any race can be racist.
No, they can be prejudiced. I can't. I have no power. Like, okay, look. Jordan said something about being mixed. That wasn't racism, Jordan. That was prejudice. Because you're mixed. You're still black, man. That wasn't racism. A black person did something to you. That just prejudice.
Hey, I'm not black to some black people, though.
You're mixed. You know how we look at it in our culture.
That's just how it is. And you talk about the brown people.
They just
You guys talk about brown people. I'm not black to some black people, and that's just how it is.
They just treated you wrong, Joe. They didn't. It's prejudice. They just was prejudiced to you. Look, I ain't even mixed. I'm light skinned. I got told crazy to all the time my whole life. Being light skinned. That ain't racist. They just didn't like me. I was prejudiced.
So what about Hannah? Since we were talking about Hannah, you don't think that's racist?
Yeah.
So Hannah, so let me be honest with so Hannah, I don't know Hannah, so I ain't gonna disrespect like that. But where I come from, I grew up and seen Hannah's before, and I feel like, to me, no disrespect you, Hannah, it's more of a fetish based than anything. Because I can also
that's the problem, because y'all group one experience or two experience and place it on the whole race. I've dated black men my whole life, and I never once said, "Oh, maybe I should go date a white man," because all my relationships have failed with black men. I don't pin it on the race. I pin it on my relationship didn't work with that person. And I feel
I ain't saying that. No, I ain't saying that. But you just said you've only dated black men, right?
Correct.
That in this fact is not even. I don't want to get too deep in it, but that in this fact right there is a fetish. You never even had a white man, and you're white.
That's not a fetish. A lot of black men.
How is that a fetish though? Because she dated black. That's her preference.
I was homeschooled majority of my life.
Hold on. Who was your
track and field.
Was your father in your life?
Yes.
So that's the first man you ever loved was your father, right? But you went exactly did the opposite.
Cause what? That's what I was approached with. That's what I was attracted to.
I feel like we're getting off topic. I just want Robert.
How is that a fetish? No, hold on, Robert. Because she wanted to date black men, that's a fetish now.
I heard people say that too. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Look.
But if she went to a school that was mixed, right, with diversity, how is that a fetish that she wanted to date a black man?
I went to all black schools my whole life until my first 2 years in college. I went to my first 2 years in college in Scottsdale, Arizona, in a junior college, completely white. I still dated a white guy. I went to South Phoenix to find me a black guy. Then I transferred back to Nashville to HBCU, and then I'm around black people all day again.
Okay, people date within their environment. So if I went to a white high school, a white college, and I'm around white people, high percentage chance I'm going to date a white man.
No, it's not.
I can't say it's in your younger years. You date in your environment. Yes.
That doesn't. I mean, look.
I'm not saying it's always, but usually that happens. If she went to a mixed high school, surprisingly, with percentage, she might date outside her race. If she's around black women, if she's around I just don't see that as. I don't just go, oh yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. I don't know about Hannah's mom. What I have heard from white women is that their moms have told them about the intrigueness of black men. So when I ain't saying Hannah went to that, but I'm talking about they always told them about the stories they might have had when they did try.
That's what you heard. And I have a white mother, and she never told me that.
I didn't say you did. I didn't say you have. I said that.
But you know that other races do that too. So it's not only white people. Yes.
Well, can I just say?
Wait, people in the Indian culture do not like dating outside their race.
Well, their race loyal.
People in the
and
Indian
there's nothing
culture,
wrong. Their race loyal.
My uncles did not like disown their kids for dating outside their culture.
No, that's not the same
my
thing.
grandparents didn't even like my dad for dating outside his culture.
It's not the same
thing. It's not just the white community has this. Even black people say this: "Don't bring a white woman home to my house."
Okay,
they have that same outlook as white people do. So I just don't.
That's not what I said. I said that white mothers tell their white daughters,
and black mothers tell their black sons what?
May I interject real quick?
Listen what I'm saying.
I think I have a way to look at it. Go ahead.
I heard white moms have told their daughters, "Look, go ahead and try it out." That's what I'm saying. I've never heard a black woman say, "Go ahead
and go fuck Becky, but don't bring her home to the reunion."
Yeah, they say that. Yeah,
try it out.
Logic.
That's what I said. They say that.
Oh, okay, I'm just saying if you're gonna have.
You said other races. I said no. I said other races don't be like Indian, like the Indian, not Native American, but Indian. They don't do that. They don't even tell them to go date us at all.
They don't do what?
Tell you my situation. I wasn't approached by a lot of women because I wasn't around them. I was homeschooled majority of my life. I went to a diverse high school and I ran track and field. I'm a sprinter.
Completely
around majority of black people.
So that's your environment.
That was my environment. That's what I was around. So
I just wanted to just say, and we can. I don't want to go on a tangent, but I think the difference when like a black parent tells their black child, don't bring a white person home, the basis of that is fear.
Yes.
It's on historical facts, right? There's a fear there.
Fear of what?
So that would be the
Slave-
Wait, can I
same
finish, please?
as too white.
Can I finish, please?
Go ahead.
So you don't attack me. I'm just saying there are historical facts that would make a person of color a little weary of engaging in interracial relationships. We have reason to be a little hesitant, is all I'm saying. When a white parent says to their white child, don't bring no black person, no Latino, whatever home, that is usually rooted in hate. It's not because they think so, which hate is usually rooted in fear, but they have a feigned fear about us. You know, racism started with them, not the other way around, but that's a whole nother story. So I think if we look at it like that, you can see why the racism versus prejudice thing matters, because we have historically seen that when a white person hates a black person, they could end their life. This is historical facts, right? We haven't historically seen that in the reverse in this country.
Wait,
So
you
we moved on.
Wait, you haven't seen black women hate on their sons dating outside the race? We have black women.
What I am saying is this, Q. What I'm saying is what I'm talking about right now is how racism works in this country and how it was specifically ingrained to keep black people, brown people at a disadvantage.
Okay. Now in 2025.
You think racism ended?
No, I never said that. But is it the same logic to where if a white woman said, don't bring that black girl home, is it the same as a black mother telling her black son, don't bring Becky home to the reunion?
So that's why I said it is.
No, answer my question first. Is it the same?
No, because I just said it, when the white parent says it, it's out of hate of that person. When a black person says it, it's out of fear, usually.
Fear of slavery that they didn't even.
I'm finna
But
tell
that's the thing. That's rude. What you're talking about is still fear. I mean, no, it's still hatred. It's black people have formed this sense of hatred towards our oppressors.
So it's still
for
hatred.
So many times. So it's still hatred.
Thank you.
You're trying to code it with fear, but it's not about fear. It's purely hatred that we form from all of the past things. Correct. You're right, Jack. But hold on. But hold on. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing. But it's still hatred.
They're not basing off of me as a person. They're basing it off my skin color. They didn't meet.
Correct. They're not
a white girl.
Well, yeah, that's what has happened to black people for so long.
Hey, let her finish. Hold on, y'all. We gotta do one mic and we gotta go. I'm tired. Go, Hannah.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, what was told to me was don't bring a girl home that doesn't use a rat tail comb. The lady didn't meet me. She doesn't know what I do. She didn't know what my career was. She didn't know my degree. Nothing. It was just based off of my skin color.
No, it was based off of the fear that I'm saying you did this, Hannah, but the fear is when they say that is their mom of their son getting called out for the R word. Let's be honest with you. It has nothing to do with your skin color. It's because of what has been heard about that. When listen, hold on. Let me say. When a black person when a white person say it is, I don't want him mixing in with our family, and you having these mixed babies. That's why the white person would say that. But the black person will say it because of the fear of you might get your ass lynched in the mindset of that.
What? Can I read?
No, that's inaccurate. No. It's also about not having mixed babies
they don't
too,
want
Rob.
White babies. Can I read their parents are probably it's hatred still.
Robert, can I read you
black folks love good hair in their head. You gotta
but not from a white woman.
Robert,
Stop. Not from a fucking Becky.